Hi guys, so for today's Fueling Friday, we're gonna be talking all about building the perfect smoothie for a meal replacement. So why am I dedicating a whole Fueling Friday just to smoothies? Well, the reason is that as athletes and active individuals, you probably lead very busy lives, right? I know that you might be going from practice to school to another practice, or if you're an older athlete, you might be going from practice to work and then taking care of kids, and you're running around all day long. However, your calorie needs, your carbohydrate needs, and your protein needs remain high. So we want to make sure that that doesn't get neglected because of your busy schedule, and you have a backup option when you need to take a meal with you on the go. You can drink it in the car or at work or at school or wherever you find yourself. So today I'm going to teach you guys really the basics of building a good smoothie, and then I'll show you my favorite peanut butter and jelly type of smoothie that I often make myself. So let's start first with the liquid base. So it's really important to choose a good liquid base so that your smoothie has a good consistency. So you can really do a lot of things. For instance, here I have an almond milk that I had on hand, which I'll probably use for mine. You could use any dairy milk. You could also use juice if you have higher carbohydrate needs, or you could even use water if you don't have anything else on hand. And then once you've got a little bit of a liquid base in your blender, then you can start adding the frozen components. So it's really important to include frozen fruit in your smoothie. One, for the flavor, obviously, and two, to add some carbohydrates that you need to meet in that meal. So I like to keep a lot of different frozen fruits on hand so that I can do different combinations of flavors. For instance, here I have some frozen blueberries, frozen mango, peach, cherries. I also have frozen raspberries. So lots of different options there. And then once you've got some fruit in there, then you want to add some frozen vegetables. So smoothies are a really great opportunity to throw in some vegetables so that you're getting extra micronutrients, so extra vitamins and minerals, and some extra fiber, and you can't even taste it. So I personally like to do frozen options for my vegetables because it improves the texture of my smoothie. However, if you like more of a liquid consistency, then I would go with the fresh options. But I like to keep things like frozen riced cauliflower on hand or spinach. And like I said, you can just toss it in there and you will not taste it at all. And so it's a great way to get some extra nutrition in. So once you've got your frozen components in, you can move on to the protein. So because this is a meal replacement, we want to make sure you have an adequate source of protein in that shake. So you can do something like a whey-based protein like this one, or you can do a plant-based protein like this one. And this one's actually vanilla flavored, whereas this one is unflavored. So if you go with the unflavored, it's great because really you can add the flavor naturally through fruits. But if you think it's easier to use one that's already been flavored, that works as well. If you have a little bit lower protein needs, or if you simply don't like the texture that protein powders give to smoothies, you could use something like a Greek yogurt. So something like Chobani Greek yogurt is pretty high in protein, so that's a great source there. So lots of different options when it comes to your protein. And then once you've thrown that in, you want to start adding some healthy sources of fat. So those are going to be important because one, they're beneficial for our health, but also they add really important calories so that they make this smoothie more of a meal rather than a snack. So some good options are things like avocado, which really creates a very smooth consistency in your smoothie. You could do something like some seeds, like chia seeds. I have hemp seeds here. You could do flax seeds. You could also do coconut oil. Or you could really do any nut butter. So for instance, in the recipe I'm doing today, I'm going to be using peanut butter. So there you go. Those are kind of the building blocks of your smoothies. And the best part about it is you can really mix and match, be creative, make different combinations of flavors, and just make sure that you're adding enough to make it a full meal. So let's get started on the recipe for today. Okay, so I went ahead and combined everything in my NutriBullet cup. So basically what we have here is about 6 to 8 ounces of unsweetened almond milk, half a cup of blueberries, a cup of raspberries, a handful of riced cauliflower, a handful of frozen spinach, a tablespoon and a half of peanut butter, and then my unflavored plant-based protein. And that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend it up and it'll be done. So as you can see, it's gonna have lots of different colors. It'll have blue, red, green, white. It'll have some healthy fats from the peanut butter, plenty of protein from my protein powder. And this will keep me full for longer because it's rich in fiber, it's rich in micronutrients, and it's really a balanced meal that I can take with me on the go. So I'm just gonna blend it up and I'll show you guys what it looks like once it's all blended up, and then we'll be done.